Hello viewers, this is CA Niranjan O, and this video is for showing how to use Ledger Vision for scrutiny of GST data from Tally. There are a couple of configurations required, though Ledger Vision automatically configures the Tally data, but some configurations are required because Tally is very flexible. One can have its different kind of groups. One can keep any ledgers under any group. So this video will explain you what are the required configurations so that you will get correct GST data or the correct GST report. So whenever you find difficulties in getting correct GST analysis, you can visit this video and alter the configurations. So first, basic requirement of configurations are GST entries are captured from cash entries, bank entries, debtors, creditors, and from GST ledgers. So you can see you have to configure bank accounts, you have to configure cash accounts, then fixed asset is also required to configure for GST entries, then provision prepaid etc. is also required because there are provision prepaid entries with GST entries also. Then direct and indirect expenditures, purchase and sales accounts are also required to be configured. So you can see purchase and sales accounts are here. What is configuration? You have to just click and see the headings with required configuration and you have to tick. Now you can see GST input and GST output are separately given. This is very important because by default Ledger Vision is trained to capture the GST ledgers from duties and taxes, but if any user have kept the ledgers under purchases, say for example if input is kept under purchases, then you have to go to purchases and tick the ledgers. Also if GST output is kept under sales instead of GST duties and taxes, then you have to go for sales to configure, and from these ledgers Ledger Vision will capture the details. Now in case of voucher type configuration, now you can see in this case there is a different voucher type created, which is a credit note voucher, but Ledger Vision is unable to understand how to treat this voucher, so it has given the list of vouchers and asking us ki show me the voucher type. You have to go to Tally and according to Tally you have to figure out which is the correct voucher type. Now with the help of this, let's go to next configuration. From GST number it captures the state, otherwise you have to manually fill up the state. State is more important to state whether the ledger is within state, so debtor or creditor is from within state or from outside the state, and most important thing is GST mapping. So this is the list of ledgers from duties and taxes, purchases, sales, etc. But wherever there is a GST ledgers, software is configuring them automatically. In this case, accounting style is they have used input, output, rate and name of the GST ledger in nomenclature. So Ledger Vision is mapping input, output separately, CGST, GST and SGST separately, and rates are also mapped over here. If at all only GST ledger is there, Ledger Vision configure them as combined, and in that case if no rates are also there, it will be configured as combined again. How Ledger Vision decide whether it is input entry or output entry? So wherever the ledger is debited with expenditure entry, it will be treated as input. Wherever ledger is credited with the income entry, it will be treated as output. If the debit note, credit note is not used and the entries are made through JV, so if you see the ledger is debited with income entry, it will be treated as output, or if ledger is credited with expenditure entry, it will be treated as input. And what about rates? So rates are captured from stock items, stock item classifications, expenditure ledger classification. So wherever there are rates kept under Tally, Ledger Vision tries to find the rates from Tally. If no rates are maintained in Tally, then it uses iterative calculation for the purpose of calculation of GST. Next configuration is from GST related ledgers. So So from creditors and debtors, if at all GST numbers are there in tally, it decides whether it is within state or out of the state. If at all GST number is not there, so from entries it captures whether it is within state or out of the state. For example, if IGST entry is there, that ledger will be treated as out of the state. If CGST, SGST ledger is there, that ledger will be treated as within state. And from GST related ledgers, so this is the list of all P&L ledgers and fixed assets. Wherever GST entry is there, automatic tick mark is there. So ledger vision has automatically shown wherever GST is used. So you can see wherever the tick marks are not there, no GST entries are there for those ledgers. And if at all GST is used on net of discount, then you have to tick both. You have to find out the discount ledger and you have to take both the ledgers. So software will calculate the GST on discount and deduct it from the gross amount of. So software first calculates GST on gross amount, then calculate GST on discount and deduct the discount GST on discount from the GST on gross amount. If there is a feature for freight and transport for a proportionality calculation of GST is enabled in tally, then the automatic tick mark will appear over here. And most importantly, you have to configure RCM ledgers manually, like for transport, legal charges, etc. You will give the required GST rates, and software will give you monthly RCM output liability report. In rules, you have to tick GST checkbox and you will get the GST result. So when I run the scrutiny, it will give me the GST related report. In background window, you can see the scrutiny is going on. Ledger Vision checks each and every entry and it will give me the report. So you can see the GST report is there. First report is GST result. So this is the scrutiny report. You can see here software scrutinizes all the vouchers wherever GST ledgers are involved, and wherever there are mistakes as to rate, amount, applicability of GST, all are listed. You can see over here GST posted for CGST is 27,500 and SGST is 22,500. So it is a mistake. You can see short GST is posted. GST ledger use 9%. IGST posted, which is 5886, but actually it should be 8829. So there are many permutation combinations are possible, like both CGST ledgers use, both SGST use, one SGST, one IGST is used, or IGST applicable but CGST, SGST posted, or vice versa. Or if stock atom wise accounting is there, then the rate mentioned in tally for stock account say it is 28% and actual entry is passed for 18%. Or in case of purchases, output entry is there, or in case of sales, input entry is there. So all these kinds of error are captured by Ledger Vision and listed in scrutiny report. User are advised to go through these reports on monthly basis so that your monthly returns will be correctly. Next report in GST scrutiny result is party-wise GST summary. So this is the report table. You can see there are groups, ledgers, whether GST is applicable or not, GST rate, etc. So if you select GST, you will get all the parties where GST is applicable. Now you can see the cash is as a party. So there are debtors, there are creditors, and if there are direct cash payment, direct bank payment, direct ODCC payment, or direct cash receipt, bank receipt, or ODCC receipts. So in this case, cash, bank, and OD is also treated as a party. And this is the rates. This column shows the rates of the GST. This amount shows income or expenditure. And these are input or output. CGST, SGST, and IGST is segregated. So you can select any particular party also. So if I select this party, basic guitar, this is a creditor. Now you can see this is the amount of expenditure. So these are the purchases or expenditure. And this is the GST rate, input at 9%, this is SGST at 9%. Similarly, this is CGST at 14%, this is SGST at 14%. Next report is expenditure wise GST summary. And so here the list of all ledgers from P&L account is there, and fixed assets ledgers are also there. Ledger group is there, ledger name is there, GST rate, amount of expenditure or amount of that ledger is there. Then whether it is input or output, and whether it is CGST, SGST, the segregation is done accordingly. Now, this is very important report from the point of view of filing of GSTR 9 and 9C. You can download this report by clicking this button to Excel, and after downloading it to Excel, you can add two columns over here. GSTR 9 requires you to give details about total GST on services, GST on capital goods, and GST on normal goods. So by adding a column, this ready-made segregation is available to you. You have to just read the nomenclature and write whether it is service or capital goods or goods. And when you finish with the list, use pivot table and you will get ready-made data as required by 9. Similarly, in case of 9C, in tab number 14, there are 10 headings. Simple headings are there, like purchases, freight, capital goods, stationery, etc. And I am having hundreds of ledgers over here. So what is the idea to segregate this data? You read the nomenclature and write the matching heading from tab number 14 and go on adding the names. When you use pivot table, all these hundreds of ledgers will be segregated in those 10 headings. Last report in GST scrutiny. Actually, it is not a scrutiny report, it is a table based on whatever configuration we have done previously. It shows you monthly output liability of RCM. So you can check the RCM entries with the help of this table. You can compare the amount shown in this table on monthly basis with the entries. There are 2-3 kind of accounting treatments. In one style, user creates control ledgers in Tally and passes entry of payment of output liability and credit of that output liability. In other case, users work it on RCM details, they work it on Excel and they just pass on final entry. So to check whether that has been done correctly or not, you can use this monthly GST report.